Now, you already know that Electronic Payment Exchange is a full-service payment processor that offers industry-leading credit card, debit card, and ACH processing services to merchants around the globe. But did you also know that EPX enables merchants of all sizes to secure their payment-related data and reduce their PCI compliance requirements, all while saving money? It's true. As a global payment processing company offering hosted payment processing services that use both tokenization and encryption, EPX enables organizations to outsource their payment processing and much of the burden associated with gaining and maintaining PCI compliance. Here's how it works. Because EPX is a straight-through processor or a payment processor who handles all aspects of the transaction from origination through settlement, EPX enables merchants to reduce the risk and burdens associated with entering into relationships with multiple service providers. Rather than relying on one company to provide a payment gateway, one to provide security, such as tokenization, and one to handle settlement, reporting, and chargebacks, EPX's fully integrated platform provides all those solutions. When we look at this diagram, notice that the sensitive payment data, the data that every crook wants to get his hands on, is encrypted and then tokenized by EPX before it ever reaches the merchant's systems. This is a brilliant strategy by EPX for several reasons. 1. EPX's use of a secure token means that the actual payment data is totally useless to any entity other than EPX. 2. Since the merchant receives a token for each transaction instead of receiving the card number and other payment data, the merchant's PCI compliance burdens, and yes, costs, are significantly reduced. Rather than potentially spending millions of dollars to build and implement PCI-compliant internal systems to accept and store actual payment data, the burden is instead outsourced to EPX. To help you understand the potential magnitude of the cost savings, let us consider that an EPX customer with nearly $5 billion in revenue recently saved more than $3 million in IT development costs by outsourcing their payment processing to EPX. If they had not outsourced their payment processing to EPX, this high-profile EPX customer was faced with massive internal IT projects, including data encryption and the associated encryption key management, a revamp of its ERP system, new firewalls, and network reconfiguration. No doubt $3 million is a significant amount of money. Granted, we know that cost savings are only one part of a business decision. Perhaps just as important to cost savings is the protection provided by EPX's tokenization-based payment processing model. Rather than risking a damaged brand image, PCI fines, and potential lawsuits, merchants can trust that EPX will provide them with fully integrated payment solutions that enable them to efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively process payments. For more information about Electronic Payment Exchange and our EPX buyer wall-based payment processing services, go to www.epx.com.